Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Carmen Bryant, the host of Redefining Yourself. Back again this morning to give you a video early. Last night, the video loaded very, very late, but thank you guys so much for watching it. I don't know, it was stuck. So it posted on Facebook before it posted on YouTube. So I did upload it in time. It just took forever because I was in the car, so I didn't have good reception, so it couldn't load really fast. But today I just wanted to come on. This is Redefining Yourself, a program that was developed for women in mind that were thinking of leaving, or needing more information, or have left domestic violence situation and are recovering. And the specific type of abuse that I talk about is narcissist abuse, because you have been abused by a narcissist, a person with a narcissistic personality disorder. Even though I say that it was created for women, please do know that men go through the same thing that women go through. It's just that I think I've been asked before, it was the women that came out and start talking about it long before the men started talking about it, because for a man to say that they've been through domestic violence or even this type of abuse, most people kind of, look at men kind of strange. And so men usually are underreported at what they've been through. But many of you that have come to this, to my Facebook and have come to the YouTube channel, a lot of the gentlemen have spoken up and talked about the type of abuse that they have been through. I've even had one, I read this morning, a comment said that the wicked witch of the West is gone. And that was a good analogy. But, excuse me. So I do let everyone know that men go through the same thing that women go through when it comes to a narcissistic personality disorder, an individual with that disorder. Some of the tactics that are used with females, a lot of times they use their femininity. It's easier to believe that a woman is being abused before a man is being abused, but it happens to men just like it happens to women. And many of you can relate to these videos because this is exactly what you've been through. So male or female, sometimes females are overly dramatic as opposed to a man. But then again, some men are overly dramatic, even more than females are. And so if you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant with a T, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the bell so you know whenever I upload a new video. I try to post from Tuesday through Friday. Sometimes my schedule is a little hectic because I have clients back to back. I try to adjust my schedule a little bit so that I can make sure I can get a video out to you. And then on Sundays, I come on live between 8 and 9 Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I'm able to get a video in earlier. Hopefully this Sunday I may be able to do that. And then sometimes I have to wait till the phone charges back up. So I'm sorry about that. And so I have a second device now. So hopefully that'll work. And I do let everyone know that those of you that are on my Facebook channel, something has been going on with Facebook. Every time I record, I use two different devices. Once was my iPad, which kept cutting off, kept shutting the Facebook off, and the other one, this time I had the computer up and it shut down the Facebook as well. And so if it happens this Sunday, I'm just letting you guys know, come over to my YouTube channel, okay? Also, I would like to announce, and hopefully you saw it in the last video, those of you that are in the Washington State area, there's a Mending Souls Conference going on in Bellevue, Washington on February 15th and 16th. It is hosted by the awesome and phenomenal Pastor Frank and his beautiful bride, First Lady Doris Gayway. It is in the Embassy, I think it's the Embassy Suites, but you go look on the Facebook page. It is Mending Souls Conference 2019. Dynamic speakers. They have dynamic speakers on Friday evening, which is the 15th, and then on the 16th they have workshops, and then there's a Valentine's ball that you can attend. So you can put on your pretty dresses and tuxedos. I have been invited to be one of I think two workshop. I will be one of the speakers of the many workshops that they're having. So there are workshops that you can choose from. So those of you that are in the area, if you're interested, go to the website Mending Souls Conference and register and come on out, so that I can meet you and see your face for the first time. And then also there are other dynamic speakers there. You will get something out of it. If you're single again, widowed, divorced, or married, or coupled or booed up, this is something that and this is from a Christian perspective, professionals that are bringing you information from a Christian perspective. Also, I would like to know, for those of you that are my subscribers and Facebook followers, how would you guys like to come to Dallas and meet my mentor and myself, and and other women that work with domestic violence to provide you with some training or not a workshop, but training, a conference. There we go, a conference on narcissist abuse and narcissism. You will get it. My mentor will bring it to you. This is my pastor. She'll be able to provide for a lot of you that have had questions, spiritual questions dealing with a Christian perspective. She will be able to address that from a life coach perspective, from a professional perspective, and from a as a leader of ministry of churches. She can give you a perspective from a Christian perspective, a spiritual perspective, along with her professional experiences, along with me, that be able to provide you with clinical information and other advocates that will be there to discuss domestic violence as well. So if you are interested in that, that should take place March 30th, because we were planning on going to see Quinn Holiday as well, Associate Direct, and then that evening we will have our own conference somewhere else, so it does not conflict with his schedule. But if you guys are interested in coming and meeting us there, let me know. Inbox, either you can comment on the video or you can email me at Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. It'll be for a nominal fee, so it is affordable. You know, I think the most expensive thing if you guys are flying is the hotel, if you come, and the flight. And for those of you that are unable to fly out, we're also trying to develop, not trying to, but are developing a webinar so that you can, for a nominal fee as well, so that you can actually watch live the conference. And so if you are interested in something like this, those of you that can come out, those of you that may be in the Texas area that would like to come and meet my mentor, a phenomenal woman, a very powerful, professional woman, a woman in the business arena, a woman with a family, a woman with ministries, churches under her, phenomenal woman, my mentor, my counselor. You guys will be able to meet who trained me, as well as me from a clinical perspective, Dr. Carmen Bryant, and come out. If not, then we can do webinar where you actually will be able to pay a low fee and come in and join us there at the webinar, and someone will be monitoring when it comes to question and answers. They will be monitoring the question and answers, and she will be, and I will be available to answer those questions as well. So if you guys are interested, please let me know so I can get maybe an approximate head count, whether it's webinar or whether in person. Let me know, and we are developing some things now. We're working together to develop some things, so let me know. Okay, so enough said. Thank you guys. If you please, subscribe. And so let's get to what we were getting ready to talk about. Let's talk about the discard. So we've talked about the hunt. We've talked about the love bombing. We've talked about the devaluation that happens. It overlaps a lot of times with the love bombing and the devaluation, what that looks like. Let's talk about the discard. I know many of you guys, I've said this before, and you have posted it, and so I did have to address it. There's a gentleman by the name of H.G. Tudor, and he has been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and I think sociopath. I think he's a sociopath. And he does a lot of writing and speaking, and he speaks from the perspective of a narcissist. I've told many of you guys, though, if you are fresh out of the discard, if you're in the discard, if you're fresh out of the relationship, when you hear his voice, a lot of things that I have said, the frequency in his voice, the things that he says, he's being honest and he's giving very good information, but some of you are triggered. So I do not recommend binge watching or binge listening, because some of you will be triggered. Then just come on back over here to Dr. Carmen, and then I'll make sure that I help you out a little bit, get you back stable. But very good information he does provide. I did go here, and I was going to talk about the discard. I was going to give you information, but I thought about it. I said, let me just take it from the perspective where he comes from, where he was talking about the discard and why do they discard. First of all, you got to remember, why did they get with you in the first place? They got with you because they saw something. You were powerful, powerful woman, powerful man, person in position. There was something about you that they wanted that they don't have. And so what they did is hunted you, as you know, but there's something that you have. And a lot of people that I meet, not everybody is wealthy. Not everybody has a bunch of money, not materialistic things. I get it. I have met people that do have materialistic things, do have finances, do have make good money. And the narcissist focused on that, male and female alike, focused on the finances that they have. They want those finances, and they want to integrate and get a hold and put their hands on those finances and the material thing. And what they did was connected with that individual that was powerful, that was in a position of power, that had maybe high level of leadership experience, or in leadership, or made good money, but they were looking at the finances. It didn't help that, their face, it wasn't something you had to tie a pork chop around and have the dog play with the individual. The person was pretty attractive as well. So that was just a plus, didn't matter, but it was a plus. But they attached to these individuals because of what they had and what they could offer, and the prestige and the, especially dealing with a somatic narcissist, what they look like in front of people who they've connected with. So they've discarded one supply to get with another supply that had maybe a little more than the other supply had, in order to get, and to maintain maintain the illusion in front of people, because in order to maintain this illusion of wealth and power, it costs money. And when they run out of money, or when the old supply wakes up, which may have caused the discard, they have to find new supply to finance that as well, to make sure that their image stays intact. And so they have, used marriage as a tactic, not for love and bonding, but use marriage as a tactic to connect with this individual, and it's really to connect, to lock them in so that they can't go anywhere. Then they make these big investments, houses, cars, or big investments in businesses to make it complicated, make it difficult, and trap the individual in the relationship. Usually the other individual begins to see some red flags, or the new supply begins to, or you as the supply begin to see red flags. There are things that you're not comfortable anymore. There are things that are happening now, but you try to dismiss it. No, because you love her or you love him. So you try to dismiss it and give them the benefit of the doubt. And really you should have been paying attention to those red flags. They don't do the things they used to do. They don't say the things they used to do. Now they're comfortable. So now they almost talk to you any kind of way. They don't mind embarrassing or humiliating you in front of people, even body shaming you, or making you feel stupid. Or if they want something from you, they'll try to bully you into getting it, or they try to scare you. But it is uncomfortable. And a lot of times people stay in these relationships. I think the longest relationship that was on YouTube said 36 years. That is a long time. And if you're a good supply, meaning that you supply a lot, money, and you're the primary source of supply as well, and you're supplying, the finances, you're supply everything that you're doing from the heart of, I'm trying to take care of my mate, male or female alike. But they're always in search of new supply, and so they'll use any tactic necessary to make sure that they maintain control over you, make you feel bad about yourself, make you feel less than smart, but usually they begin to discard. They get bored very easy. So as soon as they lock you in and got everything, they're self-confident. They're overconfident. So they assume that you'll never leave me anyway, not knowing that people have the people that do not have narcissistic personality disorder have the capacity of being able to make up their mind and choose to leave, whether it's painful or not. But the narcissist is so overconfident that you're not going anywhere. You'll never leave me. And so they're confident. But in actuality, they may say that and they may portray that, but on the inside, they're afraid that everybody's going to discard them or everyone is going to leave them. And so they're constantly paranoid that everybody's going to figure me out. Everyone is going to leave anyway. That's why they're so desperate and locking you into the relationship, because they assume everybody's going to leave. They already have a problem with abandonment and rejection as it is. And so some of the reasons why they would discard is when you wake up and you decide that, okay, hold on, you may separate your bank account. You may start standing up. They always try to make you respond with a reaction. They want reaction, not response. And so all of a sudden you begin to realize, like, this is a game. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to react to that. I'm not getting ready to let you just throw me off kilter. And they don't get the same responses that they used to get from you. Or you may lock them out of the account, or you may, no, this is irresponsible. Or you begin to start checking behind them. They're making these purchases and these businesses this and the business that. Then you begin to hold them accountable. Okay, show me the receipts. Okay, show me what you're doing. Okay, explain it to me. And the more they explain find it, the dumber they sound, because it's a game, it's a hustle. And so now you are not falling in line with them. And so they start looking at you like, okay, it's time to discard, because of the fact that you've kind of figured them out and you begin to stand up for yourself. So you've wised up. So he used the term wised up. Another thing is that because you are now failing at keeping yourself under their control, what they'll do is they're looking for new supply. So they've got to find new supply, especially if you are the primary source of supply. They're trying to find supply that's equivalent or above where you are. Above where you are doesn't mean that they're above where you are. That means that you're just ignorant. Ignorant means they lack knowledge. They have no idea of what they're getting. And so to them, that can be the best person in their whole life. And think about it. A lot of people that connect with a narcissist come from families that were unstable. They come from families that really didn't show love. They may have come from broken families, abuse. And so even though you may portray, your strength and you do a lot for yourself and I've recovered and I've done what my family hasn't done, inside you may still be broken. And they sense that. They sense that you are still broken because they look for your weaknesses. And normally you've been in pretty bad relationships by the time you meet the narcissist anyway. They're aware of that. And so the new supply is also, I don't care what they look like, I don't care what they're doing, but they're broken people because number one, they don't know what they're dealing with. So they don't know what they're looking. So the game, that charm and everything, that's what turns them on. That's just, wow, this is the best person I've ever met. They make me feel so good about myself. But it's all a game. It's all about gaining that fuel that you have, that supply has. And so here they're looking for a new source of supply. So they've got to find someone that now adores them more than you do, because you know what? I'm going to make sure that I give her or I give him everything that you didn't appreciate, but what they don't understand is the hell that you went through, so nope, I don't appreciate it. That's what you say. Nope, I don't appreciate it. So they can have everything that I didn't appreciate. And what I didn't appreciate is the abuse. Y'all got to say that. I didn't appreciate the abuse. I didn't appreciate what you've done. You right, I didn't. So you go ahead and give her or him everything that they didn't appreciate. That's right. Because now they're going to find out what it was that you didn't appreciate. And so they'll make comments like that, and they'll seek people that have no idea about them. So of course, now they're getting that admiration. They'll do anything to make them happy, give them money, take them out, whatever they want, they're doing because they don't know, just like you didn't know, but they'll wise up eventually. And a lot of times what happens is people feel obligated to stay because people have already warned them about that individual. Something's not right. Now, I don't think you need to be with him or her, or, and so of course you have to prove them wrong, and of course the narcissist is working in his own court, like, okay, but you're a grown man or you're a grown woman, people shouldn't have, they're just jealous of us anyway because they want this or they want that, and that's the only reason why they're telling you this. And they're already starting to isolate you away from a voice of reason. And so once they've locked in a new supply, they'll discard you because this person is giving them everything that you gave them at one point in time. And that's that admiration, that worship, that, I see no wrong in you and you're the most wonderful person and you're easy to love. And so, yes, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the old you. The old you is the ignorant you, the one that didn't know any better, but you're the smart you. So that's good that they discarded you. So it's not that something was wrong with you that they discarded you. It was that you started getting your strength back. They had to because they're weak individuals. Narcissists are actually weak individuals. We give them too much credit for the power. We give them entirely too much credit. They're actually weak individuals. Very weak. Another thing that was mentioned was that, if you're abused enough, they can emotionally and mentally break you. You become sick. And I think one lady did say on here that she had, what is it? MSL? I mean, what is it? I can't recall what the name of it was. But you did say it. A disease in the muscles. Not ASL. That's sign language. But you start becoming sick in your body. Your mind becomes, you're depressed and post-traumatic stress, and you become ill, but you become a liability to them. You're not an asset anymore. Now you're a liability, and they look at you like, okay, this is not working. I need to find something that's more healthy. But they broke you down. They made you sick. They have stressed you out and abused you so much that they have broken you. So now you're a broken appliance. You're a broken piece of supply, and I need to go find something that's more stable than you. And so they'll discard you because of that. Another thing that he mentioned was a major exposure, which is a major narcissistic injury, where you begin to tell people and express to people what is going on in private, especially with these covert narcissists. You begin telling people what they're doing, what, now they're being exposed. This is a narc injury. You are exposing what they're doing, and this has become a liability because you're also messing up their supply. And so people are now looking, people are now looking at this individual. It doesn't matter what kind of smear campaign that they launch against you, but people now look at them like they don't believe them, number one, so they have no credibility. And so that's why a lot of times you'll find them moving from state to state or moving around to get away from that environment because there's too many people that know him or her. Another one is, let's see. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that one because the last one I didn't really get that one. But so that is, part of the discard. And so some people, wonder, well, how long will it be before the discard happens? Sometimes it doesn't happen right away, but do know they grow bored very, very easy. And so once they've locked in the new supply, they're already on the hunt for more supply. So you have the primary source supply, but they always have to have other sources of supply to maintain the balance of their ego, and especially if you are a good primary source supply, you have money, you have esteem, you have popularity, you may be famous, so I never underestimate who is watching these YouTube videos because you have people that are in the entertainment industry as well. And they have, their name is out there, they're, and so a narcissist will connect with that fame and they'll do whatever they can to hold on because they don't want to lose that, meaning that if they lose that particular source supply, they have to find something of equal value or more, meaning that, okay, I got to find someone because think about it now, if you downstep, people are looking at the narcissist like, so I guess you got kicked to the curb. And the narcissist will try to hurt the person that they were with, like, see, you want all that in the first place, so it doesn't matter whether you're rich or famous, but even the wealthy, even the people that are in the entertainment business have been attacked by narcissists and make themselves, they have all this going for themselves and meet that one individual, male or female, meet that one individual and they feel less than. I don't care how many Academy Awards they've won. I don't care what kind of awards they brought home. You can be the greatest humanitarian. You can win the Nobel Peace Prize. But once a narcissist gets a hold of you, you'll feel like everything you've done is just worthless. They'll make you feel like everything because that's how they feel about themselves. They're competitors. They always compete with you. And so they compete. How can you compete with someone that has put in the work and the effort to get what they want? They don't want to put in the work and they don't want to be accountable. And so this is how this is the topic in reference to the discard. So hopefully this has helped you guys today. I got to get out the door. I got to get over to my office. But thank you guys for tuning in. And please let me know about the information that I provided to you guys if you're interested in coming to the Dallas area, or if you can't come out physically, if you are interested in paying a nominal fee. We're not going to make it so expensive that you can't afford it to, join us on a live webinar when my mentor and I go to the Dallas area to do a conference. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. A lot of you guys have had questions, spiritual questions, questions related to a Christian perspective, dealing with narcissist abuse and narcissism. And she is a walking wealth of information. I'm telling you guys, ask her as many questions as you possibly can. You don't want to miss her. You don't want to miss her. She is a phenomenal, phenomenal mentor and life coach. She's my life coach and she is my mentor, and she has trained me well, and I'm still being trained by her. You don't want to miss her. And we have other women that work as in the domestic violence field, and then of course me, who are on the clinical perspective of narcissism and the narcissist abuse. And so if you want to join us, whether in person or even on a webinar, inbox me, email me, or make the comments here. Let me know so I can kind of get an idea of a head count, so we'll know, on my end, because she also has a life coach. She's also got her particular partners as well, so we can kind of get a head count so that we'll know how to to accommodate you, whether on webinar or whether in person. And so please let us know, let me know so that I can provide her with that information as well as we have some things in the work. Thank you guys once again for joining me. If you have not already subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Make sure you hit the bell so you know whenever I post or whenever I come on live. Those of you on Facebook or want to be on the Facebook page, go to Psychological Health Consultants and Services. Hit the thumbs up. I do post the videos over there, just letting you know there's been some technical difficulties with Facebook and going live. So those of you that are on Facebook, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when I do go live, at least you won't miss anything. And usually I post in Facebook if I'm having difficulties, technical difficulties. I usually tell everyone to come over to the YouTube channel. So once again, thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to get my day started. I'm on my way to the office so I can go see my wonderful clients and see what we can do today and go feed my fish. I haven't been in the office for a few days. I need to go feed my friends, my fish, my beautiful fish. So a lot of times when I'm recording in the office, if you hear the water running in the background, it's my fish tank back there. I'll show you guys one day. Thank you guys once again. You guys have a wonderful day. And just as my friend always says, go and be great.